cup, one come all, those short, those tall. There may be some clowning around, but you'll get an earful all in all. No need for waivers, no need for saviors. Don't be frightened, do not hide. Enter now and enjoy the ride. So step right up, those far and near. The attraction is set. It's Ear for Fear.
Hi, welcome to the Ear for Fear podcast. This is the podcast that talks about scary movies or movies trying to be scary. I'm Rick. I got Scott in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, this is Scott. I'm Scott. That intro.
Are you Scott?
That intro was that's different from the last time.
It is?
I think so.
No, I've had that one for.
Okay.
I've had that intro for a better part of 2 years, and I know you've been out here since. Okay. You probably just forgot.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens when you get older and you have a little one running around.
You forget things. Yeah.
You get forgetful.
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That was a cool one. I probably need to do a newer one. To be honest, so it's funny. The outro has it has the website, which is not even around anymore. And then I think it has like Twitter, but Twitter's now X, and I don't even do that. I don't even know how that even works. I literally do Instagram, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But I haven't recorded a new one, so it's just whatever. You know, I figure people will find us on Instagram if they want to, or they just. I mean, come on. There's so many different platforms.
Yeah, right.
You know,
do you have this on like Spotify? Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, probably a few other ones. Yeah. And I have it on YouTube too. I don't have video. when I post it on YouTube, it's just like I do like a couple stills from the movie.
Yeah.
I usually pick 5. I pick 5 stills, and then it'll just kind of slowly rotate throughout. Because I mean, video. When am I honestly going to have time to film this in video and then edit it? It just isn't going to happen.
I know.
It'd be awesome.
I was doing that with Star Trek thing.
The Star Trek thing.
It just takes so long.
I know.
To film it and then edit it. And,
and you guys did what? 2? How many?
We did 2 episodes. And then we filmed a third one, but it was just bad. I didn't have either the cameras were right. I don't know. I need to have a controlled environment. Now that I have some space, I can do it at my place.
Yeah.
We were doing it at my friend's house.
Yeah.
It's so time consuming. I don't even want, it gives me anxiety thinking about doing another episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this isn't bad, right? Because we sit down and we hit record and...
You don't have to worry about cameras.
I don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
ISO or your depth of field or all these different things. Yeah.
Because if, like, say you and I right now, we're recording, right? Let's say we had, I don't know, 3 cameras. If I'm talking, all of a sudden it has to switch over to me. I don't want to deal with that.
Go in and
I don't want to
edit
deal
it
with that.
Broadcast style, camera 1, camera 2. Camera
you
3.
honestly would have to have someone, and that's all they do. And let's be real, I don't make any money doing this. So, like, I'm not Joe Rogan here, and it's not like he has a ton of different people doing stuff. Like Mark Maron, because he was one of the originators of the podcast. And I don't think he ever did video. It was just audio, and he'd have stills, like, just pictures.
Yeah.
And, but then I know a lot of the bigger ones, they have video. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the time, and I don't make any money. So who's going to do that for me? You aren't going to do it for me.
To pay somebody to do it. Yeah.
I would. Yeah. Are you thinking about maybe once the studio, that little studio you're building, are you going to do
we'll probably do stuff out there.
Right.
It'd be easy because then we can just have things geared, like set up, or at least like have things marked on the floor. Yeah. But right now it's like every time I do it, it's like the first time again. I have to like try to figure things out. When we're more stable, it'll be a lot easier to just put a camera. Mm-hmm. That's where we put the camera. Yeah. These are the camera settings. We do this all the time. This is where the light goes. I don't have to sit there for hours trying to figure that out first, and then shooting, and then just being tired and just done with it before I even hit record. Yeah. And then pouring over just hours and hours of footage later on and trying to intercut 3 things with stuff with footage of what we're talking about. You know, and I watch it over and over again because then I'll think of something creative to do editing wise, and that's just
a lot of work.
Yeah,
dude.
That
just sounds awful. Like you talking about it, I'm sure when it's done, it looks cool, but it just sounds awful. Like it just sounds like so much work.
It is a lot of work,
and yeah,
that's why we only have 2 in the last 2.5 years or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'll
get around to it.
Yeah. Well, all we have is audio, and people need to enjoy it. Today, you and I are doing 2025 Sinners. There it is.
Sinner.
I feel like that was kind of a perfect soundbite for this movie.
Yeah.
Kind of creepy. The guitar. Yeah. I guess I'll do a little synopsis. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back.
That doesn't sound like the movie I watched.
I think it kind of does, doesn't it? Like,
I don't think it. Yeah.
Troubled lives behind. So they come from Chicago, where we get.
You don't get much of a backstory, and you get the idea that it wasn't going out the way they wanted to, but they came out ahead. It seemed like
they did.
They did something where they got enough money to set them up.
Yes, and I have a opinion on that. Full spoilers to everybody.
1, 2 spoilers coming for you.
So what I believe, and I think they talked about this a little bit. What I found interesting is watching. You and I watched this last night, and some of the dialogue I found at times was hard to understand.
Yeah, that's what a lot of movies these days. Yeah, and TV shows.
Yeah, but I swore they were talking about Chicago and Al Capone. Mm-hmm. So what I think happened is they were somehow working for Al Capone in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And
I thought they were hitmen or something like that.
Do you think so? I don't know if they were hitmen. I almost have a feeling that they used, is it possible in their hometown? Okay, so this is the 1930s. Mm-hmm. So we don't have, social media and all this shit. So they could have gone from Mississippi to Chicago. No one knows them. Is it possible they could have hid the fact that they were twins and somehow played Capone? Somehow another ran a scam and got, because they come back to Mississippi with a ton of money, a ton of booze, Irish liquor.
Right.
Doesn't this sound like they could have scammed Capone or one of his associates out of a ton of money and a ton of stuff and then came back? Because what are they going to do? Capone isn't going to Mississippi, That's the impression I got.
Maybe. I don't know if I didn't think about that, but it didn't seem like the fact that they were trying to hide that they were twins and everybody knew about them, and they went into the army
but in Mississippi they did,
right?
And in the army they did.
It'd be pretty easy for even someone in the 30s to do one of Capone's guys to do a check on these.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean,
they were in World War I.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know, maybe just a.
That's interesting.
I don't know if that's what happened.
We're gonna have a tie-in comic. No, I don't know. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It seemed like either they screwed Capone, and maybe that's what led to him getting caught or something.
Yeah.
And maybe, or I don't know, it kind of sounded like they alluded to some big job, but maybe they fucked him over.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah. But he can't come after him because he's in prison.
Yeah. And then are they really going to come after him? Like, I'm trying to think.
I mean,
we're Illinois versus Mississippi. I'm trying to
hold grudges, I think.
Someone
would. But I mean, if he's in prison and he doesn't know that he got screwed over by him, maybe that was the thing.
It's possible.
There's got to be more information online. I didn't do any homework or anything.
I mean, like I said, I watched a little stuff, but I didn't there's not a lot, at least what I watched.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like they were adding to like maybe some questions you and I had, because we only watched this once last night.
Yeah.
And it's hard because, when you only see something once, you're at a disadvantage. You miss a lot of stuff.
Sure. I got to go back and because we had to put it on subtitles at one point because I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the kid's name.
Yeah,
Sammy.
His name, because they were purposely trying to not say his name for a while, and then
they
finally did. I was like, what did they call him?
Yeah. What his name was Sammy, but was it Preacher
Boy
or something.
Yeah, I think it was Preacher Boy.
But he, like you and I paused this, and I'm like, he looked a lot like a Robert Johnson, and then I was like, okay, well, when did Robert Johnson die? Because we knew he was young, and he played the slide guitar. And then the whole devil aspect, like he supposedly made a
intro. Oh yeah, with Robert Johnson, and maybe dealt it with the devil at the crossroads. Yeah, but the whole intro to the movie, it had about music, about certain people are able to play music so well that it gets the devil's attention, and that's so when it was doing that whole thing in the very beginning with the kind of the art. With the drawings and stuff, that's like really brought out like a Robert Johnson vibe.
Yes, it did.
He looked
because I listen to Robert. I've seen pictures. There's not a lot of pictures of Robert Johnson, but there's enough to go. Wow, there's a resemblance. Like they purposely did that. I think,
and that he was messing around with a married woman.
Yeah. You know, and then the whole devil aspect, right? Like, and I was thinking about this. I was driving earlier. And I'm like, I want to bring this up. Do you think? Because when we say the devil, and if you're talking a certain race of folk, they may say a certain other race of folk is the devil. I'm trying to be very delicate here. But in Mississippi, you have a lot of African Americans, right? And then you have the Klan, and that they talked about the Klan in the movie. And so could the devil, and when the vampires show up, what are they? White Irish folk.
Yeah, the music that he plays is like, is Irish music,
but pretty white.
Yeah,
they show up, the three of them, the white, and what are they showing up to? A juke joint where it's all African Americans, and they're there to have a good time, and to and it's like could it have been this underlining message here that the devil's coming to steal something away from the black,
well, he's trying to acquire their music too.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting. But then also with that, but the devil, the whole play on the vampire mythos is that it's kind of like a collective. It's a unity where like you don't just become undead, but you lose your individuality, become part of a collective. You conform to this thing, and you kind of lose yourself, and you think like, oh, it's better over here. Like, come join us. Yeah. We all live in harmony, that kind of thing,
Yeah. While we're ripping your neck apart and sucking the blood of you.
I thought that was an interesting aspect with the music and the whole kind of doing almost like an invasion of the body snatchers.
Yeah, a little bit. Like this is directed by Ryan Coogler, right? He did Creed, and he did Black Panther, and what else did he do?
Fruitvale Station. And,
I have not seen that.
Black Panther 2.
But I think he's a very good director. I really like his style. I wasn't sure what to expect. Everyone was talking about this like it's so great. Well, I've heard that a million times before. I can name you a million movies that people said it was so great, and I watched it, and I'm like, okay, it's okay. They haven't done anything different than anyone else did. Mm-hmm. I felt in this one, this was done very well.
Yeah,
it's a very slow burn. So I mean, you have to kind of be patient with it because this is over 2 hours, and it's slow. It's building character, but at no point did I ever felt really bored with it. Like I felt what he did visually was awesome. It really
it was stylish,
very stylish, and I felt like they captured that era. Yeah. And they put a lot of like time and effort into that.
Right. Yeah. The aesthetic. Yeah. Like they really took a lot of time, like especially with the town, going into the town and all the old cars, and it wasn't just CGI. It looked like real stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a lot of practical with like even with the vampire stuff. Some of the deaths was practical.
Yeah. Now that you mention that, like I'm so sick of bullets and blood being CGI. And at the end, when he starts blowing the KKK away with the machine guns, those are real, squibs coming off the guys. And I was so happy at that point because it wasn't just CGI blood everywhere. It was like real blood squibs and things ricocheting off. Yeah. I was really happy with that. Practical effects.
I felt they did a damn good job with this. Like I'll be honest, man. Nowadays, I'm so damn picky. I find that I don't like as many movies anymore, and I don't want that to be the case, but I don't know, man. I'm just becoming this old curmudgeon or something. But I enjoyed this one a lot.
Yeah, I did too. I think Ryan Coogler is a really competent director, and it's like a really well-made, stylish, like visually, aesthetically, like really visually dazzling movie.
Yes.
Not without its, for me, if I get into the nitty gritty, like some of his movies, like structural issues, I have problems with.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Black Panther kind of have, like, I love the beginning of that movie. I love how all the costumes and Wakanda and all that, but the ending is kind of a dump and just over-reliance on CGI. And I don't know if I can blame him as much as Marvel for a lot of that stuff.
Probably Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of disappointing, and it's not as bad as ending as that, but there are some, like, it's not perfect for me, and I would point out some of the structural things.
Like last night, you were when you were talking towards the end of the movie when Sammy is older, because he survives the night and he's older, and you said you were talking about the person playing the guitar. It just didn't.
Well, the shots that they had him, he wasn't playing, and they had all this guitar music. But that's Buddy Guy.
Oh, that is Buddy Guy.
Because at the same time I was complaining about that, I was like, this guy's like, the guitars, he's not even playing guitar, and there's guitar playing, and it's supposed to match up, and it's not. Like, that always bugs me in movies.
Yeah, oh, sure.
But then it says with Buddy Guy, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a famous blues guitarist, Buddy Guy. So he knows how to play.
Well, why not have him play?
Because I think it was just placeholder footage, so then whoever's doing the score can just put that stuff in at the end. But it's like, you have Buddy Guy, just have him
record
playing
something.
Yeah, have him playing a show, and then do the music afterwards. The non-diegetic stuff to match. There was some. He cast Buddy Guy in that, and then as I was watching, Saul Williams was also in the movie. So some real musicians in a movie about music.
I mean, I feel for the most part, like, I mean, this underlining. I mean, look, yes, you got the vampires, and then the whole sinner aspect is, you could argue what that is. Is blues or rock and roll somehow intertwined with each other? Because the argument is, like, rock and roll stole from the blues, right? And the rock and roll of the blues is the devil, and it's devil's music, and it's all these things.
It's going to attract the devil.
Yeah. And so you have some really cool elements of this backdrop of the music, and the fact that it's in Mississippi, the kind of the Delta blues type thing, blues harmonica and stuff like that. There are times where it really worked for me. I would almost say probably 80 to 90% of throughout the movie. A few things I just weren't feeling. The whole scene in the juke joint where they have, like, the guy scratch because they're trying to talk about, like, the next generation,
generations,
and then
of
people are
players,
like breakdancing. That didn't work for me.
I liked it. I think it could have been a little bit more subtle, but I did like that scene because the music is reaching into the past and into the future.
Sure,
which everything's kind of linked together, and it was going along with, like, the sound, like the atmos, and all these things happening. I thought that was a really cool scene. I just thought some of the stuff was a little over the top. Like, they get this guitar player who's supposed to be from
like
the future
kind of,
in time.
Kind of like funk. Like, it seemed like Funkadelic.
Like Bootsy Collins or something.
Like a Bootsy, exactly.
Which was kind of out there.
It didn't work for me. Like, I understood what they were trying to do. I just, like I said, and I'm being nitpicky. Other than that, the rest of the movie, I think as a whole, acting was phenomenal. Like, I thought Michael, and I was not even a huge fan of Michael B. Jordan, and I really can't give you a reason why. I don't know why I was just never a big fan. I'm a fan now. Like, he was great in this, playing two different.
It was an interesting choice to have him just play twins in the movie.
Twins. Like, it was like, I never, look, we know it's one actor, but there were a few small little times where they're handing something to each other and you could tell it's like a trick.
Sure, yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty seamless.
Like, you could seem like, to me, like, I never at any point was like, well, who's this one?
Right, yeah. They're wearing different colors and they're slightly different, like,
facial hair, demeanors different.
Yeah.
You could argue, like, I think it was Smoke is more the muscle, and
he's stoic.
Yeah, and Stack would be kind of more of the smooth talker type of thing, you know. And there was enough difference between the two that I wasn't confused.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't like a Parent Trap situation. I'm like, who the hell is this? I don't know who this is, you know? And I know there's movies that they've done stuff like this, and they usually don't do it that well.
It reminded me of Multiplicity. Did you ever watch that with Michael Keaton? It was like the first movie to use CGI, like with one actor playing versions of himself, you know?
Yeah, I think wasn't there an awful Van Damme movie called like...
Oh, I don't think use CGI.
I don't know
really
what they did, but it just came to mind because
was
I'm
it
like,
Double Impact?
Double Impact, maybe double something, double crap. It was
watch a lot of Van Damme.
I know. I watched a little when he was kind of big, and popular, but I look back at them going, they were really not that good. Maybe a couple in there.
Bloodsport is the peak.
You thought Bloodsport was it? Really? That was like early on.
Yeah. No, Predator was his peak.
Predator? He wasn't in Predator.
Yeah, he was. He's the first monster before they recast him.
Who did they recast him with? Was it?
I forgot his name. He's passed away.
Was that Tony Todd?
No, it wasn't Tony Todd. No. He's really tall.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. I'll have to look that up.
I think I did read that Van Damme was supposedly supposed to.
He was like, they put him in this ridiculous
But I don't
costume.
But I don't count that.
No, of course not.
Like, I did like Hard Target. I think that was John Woo.
Yeah, that was John Woo's first American film.
And I think that was actually done pretty good. Like, for a Van Damme movie.
Yeah, it's over the top and ridiculous. But you can see where he basically pulled from all that for like Face Off and all the other stuff he did after that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I don't want to talk
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we went on that, but I think it was the whole twin thing. But I mean, he did a damn good job with this. Like, I felt we were in at least the best he could do in 1930s Mississippi.
Yeah,
you know, the cotton fields and I mean the set design, the outfit, the clothes they were wearing. I mean it was very believable. Yeah. And it is a slow burn, but it's not like they're building all these characters up and you feel for these characters.
Yeah.
Because eventually most of them are going to meet their demise. What I don't like in most of the movies these days is they speed up any sort of character development they try to do. Mm-hmm. And it just never works. And so when they die, I don't care. I have nothing invested in them. And I would say, honestly, man, that's probably 95% of the movies these days, especially horror movies. They want to, and I don't have a problem if you want to get me in and out in 80 minutes. Now, this is well over 2 hours. If you want to get me in and out in 80 minutes, that's fine, but do a better job of somehow building up these characters so that if they do die, I give a crap? Or is it just a type of movie where it doesn't matter if I care?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was thinking about. So it's a longer movie, and they're setting up a lot of this stuff. It does a better job of just having these tropes of people, but it doesn't necessarily have any like arcs for anybody else except for Smoke, I think, and Sammy.
Yeah,
they're the ones with the arcs, but nobody else really has much.
No.
So it's like definitely not just they're just tropes of people. You do care about the people. They're interesting.
You do.
It's really the actors. You couldn't really have that without these. Forgot what's the guy's name that's in. He played. Oh man, he was the blues.
The harmonica
guy.
Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
What was his character? Delta Slim.
Yeah,
which sounds like a damn.
I love that actor. Yeah,
kind
of he was actor. Did a lot of stuff in the 90s.
He did do. I mean, like
Broken Arrow and
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
And what I liked about this betrayal was he could have just kind of honed it in, right? And just I'm just doing what. No, I mean he did it. He really brought it, and I haven't seen him in a ton of stuff, and I've always liked him, and I always thought he was solid, and I felt for him in this. I thought he was great. Like even I think Smoke's. I don't know if it was his old girlfriend or maybe his wife, because we get the impression that they had a child and the child died probably at birth or maybe not long after.
Right, yeah.
And so
she did good too, yeah.
She was really good. Like she kind of has this there's this like Does she do like not black magic, but like kind of not
voodoo? Or,
I don't know. Like
something.
But something because there was one scene where a couple kids came to get something from her, and it's like, what does she do? It's not like she's I don't think it's necessarily black magic, but maybe it's stuff to heal or to look out for people. So I mean, and then the one woman, I don't know, like I think it was Stack's girl.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, so she was. I mean, she was good too. Like everyone was solid in this, man.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the vampires were the one. The main one was really good. There's some music aspects in this. Obviously, you got the blues.
The music is what really I thought this movie did the best. Was it brought to the that's kind of what set it apart with its own vampire mythos, was adding the music aspect to it. That's the coolest thing that this movie kind of did, which is the most interesting thing, is that the idea that the devil or whatever is drawn to the music. So like the vampires are drawn to it and they're trying to collect people and things like that. It was a really cool idea.
So let me ask you this. Okay. They're collecting people for what? Just in general? So that they can grow?
I don't know. I mean, if it's the devil,
like they're taking their souls,
he wants to
right?
grow his flock. Like,
I mean, maybe
add to it.
Like what was like?
He gets all their memories. It kind of reminded me of the Borg. I know you don't watch Star Trek, but it's a very similar thing to
Is that right?
These characters in the Next Generation. It's like their ultimate enemy, because the Borg is a race of a collective race where they just acquire people and they assimilate them into like a collective consciousness.
Oh,
and they take their technology, so they'll like ride up on a planet and conquer the planet, and then absorb everybody into its own thing.
Interesting.
Take all their technology, all their ideas, and then they just become this big conformity.
Huh?
And they just spread out and do the same thing with every planet.
Interesting.
So, on their point of view, everything is unity. There's no conflict.
Sure.
But the tail end of that is that you have no individuality,
and
they're just stealing people's ideas. Nobody's coming up with anything new, because they're all the same ideas.
It's the same recycled stuff. Huh. Interesting.
So it really reminded me of that kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
which is kind of that whole pod person type thing.
Like you said, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah. Or even like, well, I guess no. I was going to say They Live, but no, that's not the same. Because in They Live, they like, the aliens are amongst us, but then they recruit people. I don't think it necessarily turns them into aliens, though. They're just almost like, not necessarily like slaves, but
like brainwashing
kind of. Yeah.
I mean, I got some similarities with also in the 90s. Have you ever seen The Faculty?
Oh yeah,
which was also kind of a play on Body Snatchers. And that scene where they're trying to figure out, because they find that guy who they think is dead. So they do the scene like in The Thing and in The Faculty, where they try to pass something around and see who among them is not one of them. And it's straight out of The Faculty, which is kind of the same thing in this movie, except for in The Faculty it's an alien, that's like acquiring people.
Because that was directed by Robert Rodriguez.
I think. Which, another thing, I get a lot of flashes of Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino because of Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn,
which was directed by him and written by Tarantino. And then I also got flashes of Django Unchained with the whole revenge thing at the end.
Nailed it. It's exactly it. Like, because when you and I even stopped the movie last night, and I think I said, this reminds me a little of From Dusk Till Dawn. With the whole vampires, the brothers, isolated,
stuck in a bar.
I
mean, I think it's borrowing, and
for sure, and
blatantly
it is
from a lot of stuff.
But we could argue.
That's what Quentin Tarantino does, the same thing. It's just he does it with stuff no one's ever seen before. That he does because he's a nerd. But this is... And
he does it so damn well that most people don't even realize that he's doing it. And I think this guy, he borrows from it. But at no point did I ever go, God, this isn't original, or he's ripping this off.
Right.
He's paying homage to some stuff.
Yeah.
What I liked, there was like a scene... He did little things, and there's a scene where I believe it's when Sammy comes into the small little church and his dad is the preacher. and at this point he'd gone through hell, and his face was all messed up because he got scratched by the vampire, and he's got the remnants of the guitar in his hand. He just will not let it go.
Yeah.
And I think there's a scene where the dad grabs him. He's like, son, let it go or something. And you see this shot, and there's 3 crosses. And they did it in a way, and it reminded me of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And I'm wondering if that was their intent, because you had the one cross on the top, and then on each side, on the left of like the Father and the left of, say, Sammy, was another cross. And I thought that was kind of cool the way they did that. Like there's little things like that they did that was done very well. And and that's something that Quentin would do. Little things. Yeah. And a
lot of attention to the atmosphere in the movie and the aesthetics, man. And
yeah, and I enjoyed it. Like, I mean, yes, it's slow, but
I really enjoyed the slow aspect almost more than everything else, because you're getting this kind of slowly filled out backstory about these 2 guys who just show up. Like, they've been gone a long time. They show up back in town. They surprise the shit out of everybody, and they're setting up their own shoot joint. Yeah. And like that was like I was in it.
For sure, especially for you. Like, look, I love music, but I mean, you do music, so the whole aspect of that, I'm sure you even liked it more. And I enjoy. I don't know a ton of blues, but I know enough of blues to respect it. I know the origination of the blues. It's always they talk about the kind of Mississippi and the Delta aspect of it, and Sammy playing the slides. And then Delroy with the blues harmonica, I mean, so I just felt that it just was done well, and the vampires were cool, dude. Like I did not quite understand the drooling. Like, did you get that? Was it just because they were hungry?
I think so.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, because they didn't have it, and all of a sudden, when they're about to do something, all of a sudden they're just like
they're drooling.
It's their giveaway, but at the same time, I thought that was pretty. That was a funny way to kind of give them away. Like, they're so just ready.
Yes, they're like they can't wait any longer.
Like Homer Simpson looking at a donut.
Yeah, the donut. Yeah, and then the eyes I thought was cool. Yeah, like the glowing eyes.
Stylish. The movie's really, like, aesthetically stylish. It's really cool.
And then, like I said, what was the one scene where they literally turned the entire bar, because everyone leaves from the bar, and then it's like, okay, that's not good, because they're literally going to get them all.
Yeah, and they did. And they did. Off camera, and all of a sudden you see everyone, and they're all dead. They're all dead. Vampires.
And they have that cool little that scene where they're dancing and singing. It was that was actually cool.
They're so happy.
They are. They're so happy. Come and join us.
Yeah, that was a really cool take on.
I would have liked to have known a little more of the backstory of the first vampire, like, because he shows up, and then we don't know much about the Native Americans that were chasing him.
Sure,
like we don't get any. Like, I would have loved for them to maybe show back up, and we get just a little snippet of what they were.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to have that. There were, like, that's where I get into, because I loved the setup so much, and I love the mythos with music and everything like that, and the portraying vampires as this collective. That's my issue with the movies, though. Is the end, is that it's just a stake through the heart, nothing else, and it's just the same.
And once he died, the rest of them died.
Well, that's not true, because that's part of the end. They didn't die because he was killed. They died because the sun hit them at the same time.
You know what, Scott? You're right. Yeah.
But my issue is that they set up these cool ideas, this interesting take on vampires, and at the end, it's just he's about to kill him, and then it's just a character off screen that stabs him, just like everybody else. And I was like, okay, that was.
Yeah, a little
cool things I'd never thought of, and then all of a sudden it's just, well, I've seen that a million times. I've seen it so many times. I was just like,
how would you have? So because of
something
the lore
with music, I mean, they thought of something I hadn't thought of with the music aspect. Yeah. Why couldn't they have thought of something else?
They probably could have. Do you think they would have alienated the true vampire fans if they did it a different way? No. So do you think it was just? What do you think it was? Was laziness?
I don't think. I think maybe to them they thought the real ending was. I don't know. There's like 3 different endings. So that's the issue I also have too, is how they start the movie with Sammy in the church. And then they don't end that. That comes back, but it's just intercut with him blowing up the KKK, with smoke blowing up the KKK.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unnecessary. They didn't really need to start the movie that way.
That wasn't necessary.
Because it just added so many things. So here's my take on it. At the very end of the movie, it's in 1992, and it's a grown up, really old Sammy. He's about to die, right? And he's visited by the 2 vampires who made it out.
Yeah, which we didn't know they made it out. But that's
when we find out that they don't all die when the main vampire dies, right? So my thing is that they should have started the movie out in 1992 when he's playing a set, and it has the voiceover about music. Sometimes certain people can draw things out. There's 2 silhouetted people in the back. It's kind of ominous.
Yeah.
He finishes a set. He hasn't played in Mississippi in a long time. People are like, it's good to have you back. He goes over on the wall and he sees a picture of himself from that time with that old guitar. And then 2 figures behind him, and then it cuts. And then it starts the movie with him picking cotton, right?
I actually really like that. And you said you didn't think about this at all? Because that's pretty damn good. I'm sold on that.
That's the only thing I thought, because I knew something was bothering me about having all these different endings. So then cut 2.
That's actually really good.
Everything else plays out as normal, where you have, at the same time, the smoke goes back and blows up the KKK, which I thought was an awesome fucking scene.
It was pretty cool.
And then that's intercut with him going, but now we haven't seen that scene with him going to his father.
Yeah.
And his father telling him, like, you need to leave this music behind. Like, it's the devil's music, and he can't. And then again goes back to 1992.
Sure.
And then
I like
cuts
that.
down on all these different things. Just kind of.
I think that would have worked. That would have worked better for me.
Yeah,
there were too many endings. Like it's like, okay, all the vampires die, and then the thing in the church, and then smoke with all the, with all the clan, and and then you get the very end credit scene with.
Did you? Well, yeah, and then after the credits, there was a scene, which you missed because. I left it running on my TV as you were leaving, but that one's just it's just the Sammy character playing the guitar in the church. But there was an end credits.
Sammy as a little kid,
as a young guy,
young adult, or whatever. Really, son of a bitch.
So there's another
son of
thing.
a bitch. So there was really there's like a shit, just so many endings.
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'll have to buy it because I think I'm going to buy this. And I don't buy a lot of movies anymore. I'm super selective. This one, I want to watch this one again.
Yeah. I like that. I had an issue with the end of the movie, especially with the kind of just how kind of cliche the vampire dies.
Very cliche.
I still liked the movie. I had a great time watching it. It was funny. Yeah. It was cool. Yeah. You watch a movie sometimes and it's just like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like everybody in it's cool.
Yes. Like, dude, they nailed it on all the characters, on all the actors. They everything he nailed it on. You are right. I mean, the ending didn't bother me as much as I think as it bothered you, but you're absolutely right. It was very cliche. You could have done something else. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Let's say if it's a stake through the heart, could it have been the piece of the guitar that got broken off?
Yeah, exactly.
Kill him with that.
Exactly. Yeah, and they kind of did that. It's like he hit him with the guitar, and it
impaled his face. That was cool. Yeah. Like that was cool. He could have literally just maybe something happens. He gets hit, and the piece of the guitar goes in the water. It's floating because they're in the water at this point, and then Smoke grabs it and. Boom, or even Sammy through the heart. Like the guitar could have. I honestly thought at some point that the piece of the guitar was going to come into play and impale, hurt somebody, kill somebody. They should have used that.
Sure, they needed to have music come back around either way. Yeah. Whether or not it was, it's still mixed it with the impaling the guitar or something we haven't thought of yet.
Because the music was what caused this.
Exactly.
Him playing at the juke joint, and so that's kind of what attracted them, and that would have been perfect ending.
Yeah. Or I'm not suggesting that it devolve into some guitar off like in the movie Crossroads, but something where also he has a weakness that's music related too. They could have maybe explored something like that.
Sure. I mean,
ultimately though, music needed to come back.
It did. And I know you and I are kind of nitpicking it, and because it's still a really damn good movie, but yeah, But if you think about it, we could watch almost any movie and go, well, maybe they could have done this and this.
Sure. There's movies I've been watching for 35 years that it's like they're not perfect, but I love it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I could watch The Exorcist or The Thing and go, well, maybe.
Well, I would have to say those are actually both examples of perfect movies, though.
They are pretty damn perfect.
The Thing is perfect, and The Exorcist is pretty damn perfect.
It's pretty damn perfect.
I would have picked like we were talking about Demolition Man or something.
Oh God, yeah.
That's a movie that, it's not even close to being perfect,
no
but I
way.
absolutely love watching that movie.
I know you do. No, this is a movie I wanted. Like, I may go buy this thing today and maybe watch it again tomorrow, because I'm sure there's stuff during one watch we're just not going to pick everything up.
Yeah, and stuff that we didn't get just in the dialogue.
Some of the dialogue,
which is, I have an issue with a lot of modern movies and TV shows too, where it's just like, they don't do ADR anymore. They're trying to just capture whatever it is on set, and that's it. And Christopher Nolan movies are fucking awful when it comes to this. He just doesn't care. There's been interviews where he doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, the audience gets it. But it's like, when you're trying to fill out spaces of backstory and stuff, like, no, we need to kind of...
We do.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
I want to know, like, did I miss something that's important to the story because I couldn't understand a line or two of the dialogue?
Right, yeah.
I don't know, and I want to know that, you know?
It's very vexing.
Yeah, but I mean, the vampire stuff was cool. Like, I mean, it's this, they did a good job with it. Yeah. Like and I don't think they went so crazy with it that it just worked for me. Like, even the one scene with the main vampire, I forget the character's name, Stack's girl. When she turns her back on them and is walking back to the juke joint because she knows something is off, and then you see him flying. Briefly, he's flying. He's flying through the air to kind of like.
But then it cuts, and you don't see what happens.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's perfect because we knew something happened because she's coming back into the juke joint, and I do like the idea of, like, you have to invite him in. Yeah, because that's so and it's a lot of
the
lore that people forget about.
The old lores, yeah.
Because
they
some
still
movies,
had silver.
They did have silver.
Silver,
they had garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they still stuck to some of the, but yeah, it's done well. I would absolutely recommend this to people. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I'll be honest, man, because most of the time when people, God damn, they blow a movie. Like, I remember when the Black Phone, was it Black Phone? Is that the one with Ethan Hawke?
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that.
Oh, my God. People are like, oh, my God, it's so good, and it's so scary, and it's this. And I sat down and watched it with an open mind. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I wasn't scared. It wasn't like anything I hadn't seen before. Mm-hmm. Like, I could argue that some of the stuff they did in this movie, borrowed or not, they did it in a way where he styled it his own. Like what Quentin does, it's done just done really well. And so, yeah. So this one was solid, man.
The only other thing I thought of was that, so there's a point when, I think it's after the first brother dies or what, he's not part of the crew anymore, right? So it's just smoke. And there's a part where he's talking and it's a really low voice. And because I already have in my mind some of the Quentin Tarantino stuff that's in my mind there. And there's a point where he just really, I got flashes of Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
and I'm just like, oh, Michael B. Jordan is just doing his best Jamie Foxx for that character, because his voice is naturally low, and he's just like trying to talk low so much. I'm like, and the way his head was down is like, cool. He's just trying to do his, but then it even enforced that when I got like the Django Unchained like stuff at the end.
No, definitely there is a lot of, like we talked about earlier. There's a lot of stuff intertwined into this, like that they Like, could we? Well, no, I was going to say Inglourious Bastards, killing, blowing away Hitler, and then the scene at the end where he's taking out the whole clan.
Right. I mean, it's the revenge fantasy that's in every Tarantino movie. I mean, even, the last one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's that reframing of the Manson murders, for sure. It's like all revenge fantasies.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean,
but it was for his. I did really like that because he was really trying to die. It was really about his character arc, how he wanted to see his family.
Go see his family again. Yeah. That kind of reminded me a little bit of Gladiator.
Oh yeah,
when
yeah,
when Maximus is,
right.
and he sees his kid and his wife, and a little bit of that, So
I think they fucked up by killing like the character because they could have called this movie Sinner and then had a sequel called Sinners.
For sure. Yeah,
that's a missed opportunity right there.
Probably
a movie called Sinner out there.
There probably is, but that doesn't matter to people. I mean, there's plenty of movies that they're called whatever, and it's like there's a million of them. I'd be curious. I can't see him directing a sequel. I don't get that impression of this guy. Like, I think he's going on to the next kind of thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that the studio won't do one.
It doesn't seem like a movie that needs a sequel.
It doesn't at all.
No.
But how many movies have we said don't need sequels and they still do sequels?
Yeah. Oftentimes I just want one.
I just want one.
That's one good. Just give me one good movie. That's it. I don't need to have, because like you could go the route with like, okay, like this, the vampire was part of ancient, over like European,
Sure.
like there. And then but it's like that's been done before.
It has been done
in so many vampire movies.
It has, and I don't want to see that.
Blade kind of did that too.
They did do that. Yeah.
I thought of Blade. I mean, when you're watching a vampire movie, you're automatically juxtaposing it with every vampire movie that's ever made. Yeah, right.
Like Fright Night popped in my head last night when you, because in Fright Night when you have to when the mom invites the Christopher, is it Christopher Sarandon? Yeah, is it Christopher Sarandon? I always forget his name. The main vampire in Fright Night, she invites him into the house, and in this it's just it's constant. Hey, are you going to invite me in? Hey, let me, that type of thing. So yeah, I mean.
There was a movie that I was said Fright Night and
Not Near Dark?
Near Dark. Yep.
Yeah.
I love Near Dark.
See, I'm not a huge, so it's interesting. When Near Dark first came out, I really liked it. When I rewatched it, I was kind of bored. But it's not to say that the acting isn't great and it's not a good movie. I just didn't like it as much as I initially liked it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I always that and Lost Boys came out in the same year.
Yeah.
And I thought of Lost Boys too.
For sure, it's hard not to,
because like a lot of like Lost Boys is where it's the cool crowd.
It is.
They're vampires. That's like a really cool teen way of doing vampires and Lost Boys. Like we're cool. You want to be part of us. Lost Boys and Near Dark are like perfect to watch. Like back to back, like a double feature. And like if you were to go to a drive-in in the mid '80s, exactly.
Those are the two. Yeah,
because you have one that's all like teens in the '80s, and then you have this absolute like opposite, which is just
way
violent and dark and depressing.
Yes,
I love Near Dark. It's so fucked up.
I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, it's not that it's a bad movie. I don't think I liked it as much as the first time I saw it. I was like, it's okay. Yeah. But I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I revisit a movie. I did this with Let the Right One In, the foreign one.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen that one, dude? So the first time I saw it, I was bored. I just didn't get it, and then I rewatched it because a buddy of mine and I did an episode on it for the podcast. And I loved it even more because I understood what was happening.
Okay.
It's weird, man. Sometimes if I'm just sitting down and watching a movie just because, I miss a lot of the stuff. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then when I'm sitting down for, like, say, an episode, I see it in a different kind of lens. And when I watch Let the Right One In, the foreign one, not the American one, if you do check it out, let me know what you think. But it's done really, really well. And again, a slow burn. Not a lot happens. But then when you find out what this vampire is doing, it's like, oh, that's really fucking cool and smart. And you appreciate the movie more.
Yeah, I need to add that to my list.
Yeah.
Maybe this October you
should check it out. Dude.
Have a vampire-thon.
There you go.
Because I always month of October is just all horror movies.
Horror movies.
I'll end up spending $200 or $300 on movies.
Oh my god!
Just because stuff I haven't seen, stuff I want to. I've been waiting to like. I don't like streaming that much. I know it's easy. I know there's a million arguments for streaming, but
I'm it's funny, man. It just depends. Like, do I occasionally stream something? Yeah, but it's only because I don't have it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason. If I owned it, I would rather have a physical copy of it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
we put on. We were going through Hulu or something. Me and my wife saw Twins, and we decided to watch Twins. But I'm like, at some point, I'm like, I have this. I'm just gonna go get the disc
yeah.
because the stream is probably gonna look like ass. So I might as well just get the disc. It'll look at least marginally better.
Yeah.
So yeah, October. I think I'm just gonna
do vampires. Do a bunch of vampire ones.
Tons of vampire stuff I've never seen.
I mean, throw Salem's Lot in there. That'd be a good one for you to do.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one to do. Have you ever seen Vamp? Have you ever seen Vamp?
No.
Oh my God. I will. When you go to do the list, that is one of my favorite vampire movies. It has Grace Jones, Robert Russler, Christopher Makepeace. You would remember him from Meatballs. He was in, I think, My Bodyguard. Robert Russler would have been in like Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Weird Science. And then you have, I always forget the actor's name, but he was in Gung Ho. He was in 16 Candles, the Asian actor.
I know. I can.
You know who I'm talking. He's in it.
Yeah.
It's is
this a mid 80s?
This is a mid 80s.
Okay. Yes. All the people that you're mentioning. Man. Yeah.
And it has that. It definitely feels mid 80s. It has a lot of neon colors, and I really like it. I'd be curious to see if you like it.
Is this a horror comedy?
Yeah, kind of like a vamp. Okay. Yeah. There's definitely some comedic stuff in there. I would argue that when Quentin Tarantino wrote From Dusk Till Dawn, that he borrowed from Vamp.
Oh, okay.
Because it has, it's like a strip club. And the strip club are vampires. Hello?
Right, yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, dude, I think you would like it. I don't know if you like it as much as me, but yeah, when you go to do that list, I'll give you some. Yeah. But anyways, man, that's Sinners. Anything else you want to add? I can't think of anything else that I think we touched on most of it.
Definitely recommend it. Yeah,
for sure. I think this is
sit down and watch something really just kind of rich and fun at the same time. Just visually is stunning.
Yeah.
Cool
man. Well, thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it, everyone. That's Sinners. Check it out, and everyone take care. You listened all the way to the end. We appreciate that. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Ear for Fear Podcast, Twitter at Ear for Fear, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ear for Fear Podcast. You can also check out our website, earforfear.com. There we list news and events. We're available on all the main platforms, so make sure you tell a friend. We hope you come back and get an earful.